Welcome back to Reddit Tuesdays, where I scroll through Reddit and we go through the armpit of wrestling known as the internet wrestling community on Reddit, whether that's SquaredCircle or Wrasslin or our WWE. We're going to go through them and we'll see if we find anything interesting this week. As you will see, I am going to be using the old version of Reddit, not the current version. That's because I don't want to inadvertently play any video and get copyright strikes again like I did last week. So, without further ado, let's get started, shall we? So we open up SquaredCircle on Reddit here. And let's go with the first one. Here we see it says, Rollins on Punk. You take money from some billionaire's kid to come back to the business that you've forsaken and continue to try to tear down our company until that billionaire's kid doesn't want to pay you anymore. Now you want to come back and take our money and wave the flag. I mean, I don't know what everyone's feeling is on CM Punk anymore, but a lot of people were kind of up in arms about him leaving for 10 years and talking so much crap about WWE while he was gone, and then eventually mending fences and coming back, which, as we know in the wrestling business, never say never, which means never. We've had multiple people come back. Ultimate Warrior, Bruno Sammartino, CM Punk, like these things. Hogan came back early 2000s. So it's like all these things, no matter what happens out there in the real world, what's best for business, brother, is what's going to, eventually come into play. So, also people grow up. So that's the thing that happens. 10 years is a long time. They say that all your cells in your body regenerate every 7 years. So, I mean, technically, CM Punk's a whole different person than he was before. So, first comment here on that says, "Our money." I mean, that's true. I mean, that's. I don't think he's taking Seth Rollins' money specifically, but Another guy says, "Hey, he saw Cena's promo to Cody too." So it's like that. At first when I first read this, I thought that's what they were referencing because that's it sounds almost exactly like what Cena said. And he says, "Who is this billionaire's kid everyone keeps mentioning these days?" And there's a gif there of Shane O'Mac, of course, but we all know that they're actually referring to Tony Khan, the son of the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, moving on. Let's see what else we got here. Even though I lost, last night was a childhood dream come true. I was blessed to spend time in the ring with a giant of our industry and somebody I grew up watching. After being out there with him, I can say he truly is timeless and the GOAT. Let's click on that. I'm actually not sure what they're talking about here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you, El Grande Americano, says Julius Creed. They're trying. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are following, but El Grande Americano is obviously Amos. So, as they say in the first comment, it says they're not even trying to be subtle that it's Amos. Gracias. He says, completely understandable. El Grande Americano is on the same level as Undertaker or Hulk Hogan, maybe even higher. Really wholesome. Glad he finally got to meet someone who has been such an inspiration to him for so long. Man, the Grande Americano stuff is probably one of my favorite things going in wrestling right now because it's one of the times when, as wrestling fans, we can really just we know, but we want to be in on the joke just as much as anyone else and completely put our blinders on and pretend, and it's hilarious because you won't get any of us to admit that it's anybody with the initials CG because it's totally not, even if he had the same knuckle injury as El Grande Americano. I saw that post by you, CVV. Yeah, so I'm really liking the El Grande Americano stuff. Let's see what we got here. They have the official 2025 Backlash poster, which that's kind of interesting. Whoa. Is it really on May 10th? Hold on. Look at that. Sure is. May 10th. Reveals the official poster for Backlash. It's a big old Randy Orton with 1, 2, 3 snakes surrounding him. So it's Randy Orton Medusa. I don't know. It's cool. I mean, Randy Orton's had his fair share of cool PLE pay-per-view posters throughout his career. So, and this seems alright. It's not my favorite. I'm not a big fan of snakes. Big fan of Randy Orton. Not a big fan of snakes though. So, let's see what people are saying about it, if anybody else is a fan. They said, beat me to it, but thank God they're bringing back original poster designs. This is beautiful, even though it kind of gives Backlash 2009 vibes. So let's look up Backlash 2009 to see what this guy's talking about. Because Backlash 2009, I was over in Italy, so I don't remember a whole lot. There, yep, Randy, there, okay. Yeah. I mean, kinda. It just has Randy Orton on it. That's all the only vibe. Finally a good creative poster. I love this. Either Randy is going to try and get revenge for Cody being screwed at WrestleMania, or he's turning heel and attacking Cody on the SmackDown after WrestleMania. Well, so I don't necessarily want. Okay, I'm torn. I do want Randy Orton to go heel and attack Cody, but I also need Randy Orton to be opposite of whatever John Cena is, so that they can have another match too. So whatever happens there, wrestling writers make that happen. I'm sure all will be right in the world, and we'll get our wish. Let's see. Next up, we have here AEW. I don't give a fuck about AEW. Next up, Natalia on working as a waitress before WWE. By the way, I do watch AEW. I have a full wrestling podcast. We talk about it on there. I'm just not talking about it right now, so suck it. Natalia on working as a waitress before WWE signing. I had worked that waitressing job. I cleaned bathrooms. I busted tables. Busted tables? Busted tables. Oh, so it was bus tables. Anyway, whatever. Everybody that works in the service industry, I give them a round of applause, because whoever works in restaurants or retail has to serve people. It is not easy. Let's see what the people have to say about it. Oh, the first comment. Busted tables, or bus tables? Because as a former server, only one of those constitutes good service. Now, myself and my wife, our first jobs when we were teenagers was working in a restaurant, and I was a busboy and cook and dishwasher, and I'm not really sure. I don't remember what she did. I fed her a lot of food, but no. So I understand the whole busting tables thing, but I always thought it was bus tables too, not busted tables. Definitely not gonna get too far into that on this right now, but good service can be hard to come by at times. I mean, it's not much to ask for. Anyway, moving on from that. I don't want to get too deep in the weeds on that one. So somebody says they kicked off Mania Week with a new tattoo with a subtle nod to Bray Wyatt and The Fiend. Let's see what they got going on. I do like that. It has a lantern, the logo. That's pretty neat, actually. Ow! I could only imagine how much that hurt. I have 1, 2. I don't even know. I have like 10 tattoos myself, and none of them are on my shin bone. That looks like it would suck, especially in color like that. Nice application. I hope you're prepared for a lifetime of no. It's not Silence of the Lambs. Yeah. New poster for, yeah, okay. Kevin Owens with CVV talking about William Ringo said to him, I'm not going to watch that clip, but go watch that interview with CVV and Kevin Owens. It was good. I did watch that whole thing, as well as the one with Samoa Joe. Those are both really good. Drew McIntyre on TikTok. This is PSA for all you fans heading to Las Vegas. This one shouldn't be too bad to play. I could probably get away with playing this one.
It's here. I don't know how.
Oh, there's many do's and don'ts, huh? He says, be respectful to any wrestler you see, wear deodorant, support local indie wrestling, don't hang around the airport, don't hang around the hotel, don't interrupt if they're in conversation, and don't call us by their shoot or real names. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't have to be said to be respectful to people. Don't be one of those slime ball wrestling fans that chase down wrestlers when they're in the middle of eating food or with their family or just trying to go to the dang bathroom. That's disgusting behavior, and don't do it. Be respectful at all times. Treat others how you want to be treated. You were taught that in kindergarten. Don't forget it. So let's move on. See if we've seen anything else on the second page here of SquaredCircle. Then we'll move on to the other subreddits. WWE and Fanatics launched new podcast hosted by Cody Rhodes. What do you want to talk about? So I was wondering because Cody Rhodes was doing that the bus podcast where they were doing it's like a video podcast they were doing on YouTube, WWE's YouTube, where Cody Rhodes was talking to wrestlers. He had R-Truth, Randy Orton, The Miz, and some other people. But I thought that was pretty entertaining. The only super annoying thing about that was that how hard they push Wheatley vodka. But anyway, moving on from that. So, WrestleMania 41 card with green light. I did see this earlier. I'm not going to play it here, but go look at it. It's pretty cool. So there's a lot of post. Yeah, here we go. Let's read. I'm not going to play this, but Becky Lynch recalls Vince cussing her out backstage at post WrestleMania 35 Raw for no selling Lacey Evans' finisher and not liking that Lacey was her first post WrestleMania opponent. So I actually saw this clip that's in this. You can go click on it yourself if you want to. This back when she was Becky Two Belts. And Lacey Evans, I believe that's when she was called up from NXT. So, I mean, what's the big deal? That seems like Vince had his panties in a twist right there, so whatever. Moving on, let's go to Wrasslin. Somebody says they 100% agree with this. That's not an unclear title at all. What do they agree with? They said Julius Creed should be a single star world champion material. I hate how every time a tag guy is a good singles match, you guys go, he should be a single star instead of they should push the tag team. It is so backhanded and dismissive of tag team wrestling. Well, in this specific instance, Julius Creed should be a single star. I said it. I can't stand the Creed brothers. I can't stand Brutus. So that's all I'm going to say about that. What are the other people saying about it, though? Yeah, I don't take IWC serious at all, but I'm glad Creeds are getting more recognition than they deserve. They both been killing it and been killing this guy. Okay. Learn how to, that's not where karma goes. Especially because if you push one as a singles guy, it usually buries the other tag wrestler a bit. I mean, okay. I mean, I've already said what I was going to say about Brutus, but whatever. Because we as wrestling fans have been conditioned to believe, tag teams usually don't last. And some of the biggest stars in the industry started out as tag team wrestlers, like Cody Rhodes, first tagged with Hardcore Holly, and then with Legacy, Ted DiBiase Jr. We had, I bet way more famous example would be Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels when he tagged with Marty Jannetty. So, and many, many, many others that I'm not going to go through right now. But That's definitely a true statement. Let's see. Who is better as a heel, Alexa Bliss or Liv Morgan? Alexa, stop. Well, I gotta say, I think that Liv Morgan is definitely more vile as a heel than Alexa Bliss. I mean, when Alexa Bliss, besides the whole Bray Wyatt thing, when she was a heel, I was about to say it, but when she was a heel, other than with the Bray Wyatt thing, I thought she was just like a mean girl. So, excuse me. But as far as Liv Morgan, she's just like, yeah, she's 100% heel material. So I think it's definitely Liv Morgan. I'm not going to read that, but you can read it yourself. That's not appropriate. It says Liv is killing it on all levels. She sells like a mother trucker. Liv 100%. See, it's pretty unanimous for the first couple scrolls there that Liv Morgan is a better heel. So I agree with that. This is back to people thinking that's almost. I mean, yeah, I'm actually yeah, it's definitely not. It could be Mark Henry or Mark Gendry. Yeah. Totally, it's better not be Hulk Hogan. It's not Mr. America. When Seth Rollins did the Shield betrayal moment on Monday, I thought that was freaking cool. WWE TikTok actually they made a little clip montage of that earlier today. I saw it, and that was pretty cool. Never forget what we were robbed of. Who? I don't think that happened actually for about 5 minutes, I think. So, and he's been world champion multiple times, and he's going to be world champion again. So there's that. The shirt that Liv wore to Coachella might also describe many here. Let's see. Introverted but willing to discuss wrestling. You know, I might have to buy that. Actually, that's great. Let's move on to our last subreddit before we get out of here. WWE. Is this considered a controversial take? Let's see. That's a picture of AJ Styles. He's not controversial at all. Oh, there you go. Would I be wrong for saying that AJ Styles is the most complete wrestler ever and greatest of all time? My friend and I have been watching some old matches back in AJ's TNA days, and he was really impressive. His run through WWE in 2016 was also super memorable, and he's a hard worker. I personally think he's got it all. Talented in the ring, great on the mic, safe, experienced, he's a vet. Well, I don't think that's controversial. He is known as the phenomenal one for a reason, and he definitely has lived up to that moniker, to that gimmick. Greatest of all time? He's definitely my favorite to ever come out of TNA. But he might be in my top 10. Yeah. But I wouldn't say number one. Let's see what other people are saying. He's pretty high on the list. He's going with Kurt Angle. He's not the GOAT, but he's a tier below that. Probably one of the greatest. He's amazing, phenomenal even. Yeah, see what he did there? He or she, Vessel. I felt this way about KO for about a decade and a half. I love Kevin Owens, so he would also be there in my top 10. The GOAT argument is super complicated, and wrestling goes back so far it's very subjective to help narrow down. And that's true. I made a video today on TikTok earlier, and I was basically shitting on Ric Flair fanboys, and anybody pretty much older than me, whether it be 5 or 10 years or further, would absolutely hate what I was saying about Ric Flair, because that's their god of wrestling. But to me, I'm like, whatever. So it definitely is subjective, and it goes back so far. And my children don't know or care who Ric Flair is, and I'm in between those generations. So it's one of those things. Anyway, so that was all we're gonna do for Reddit Tuesday. Remember, this is WrestleMania week, and John Cena is gonna win that 17th world title and beat Ric Flair's record. Even though, like I said in my TikTok video earlier today, that John Cena already won 16 world champions within the same promotion, which Ric Flair did not. Take with that what you will. Have a good night.